want you to do, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Also, check the link out. After this video post, you'll have access to my Rumble channel. We're going to discuss a lot of other things on that channel, but I still got to drop these appearances here and there on YouTube, so y'all know what's going on and where I'm at. It's still look like something. Okay, I guess I'm back. Hey, everybody, just know I don't know if it actually recorded what I just said, because I had an error message on my screen just now. But hit the like, hit the subscribe, check the link after this live post. Gonna have a link in there in the description area with the Rumble page. Like to hit 100 folks in there before we start getting into it. But anyway, to make a long story short, we're going to get into this content. I'm going to let some of you guys jump on. Miss E in the house, narrator supreme. She's in here, so watch what you said, okay? And then after some of y'all get in here, we'll get going. Got some information for you to put you back up on game with. We got some warning information to show y'all how they play. Like I tell y'all all the time, they're not playing chess or checkers, they playing chess. So you have to think, if you're gonna win at chess or beat somebody, you gotta think chess moves. You can't think checker moves. So it's the difference between mixing oil and water. I mean, you know, it don't mix. So you gotta know the game or you keep getting played. In America, you think you're not getting played because you feel kind of okay about a few things, but you're getting played. Now, in other parts of the world, we getting played too. Just the play is a little different. So, like I always say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. You don't have to be how the Romans be, but you do as they do, so you can learn the system and you can maneuver around it. You can get in and out of it as you please, not as they wish to force things on you. So that's the whole point of a lot of these conversations I'm having with you guys, is so that you can be up on some game of how the game is being played around you at all times. So the information we're about to get into is going to get a little juicy, I hope. If some of you guys, ladies and gents, already know some of this information, great. I took the liberty of actually putting some notes on my iPad so I can actually read while I'm on the live. This is going to be new. This is be exciting. Y'all didn't even know Major could read, did you? It don't matter that I flunked kindergarten, that German word kindergarten. Okay, go look up what the meaning of it is. But it doesn't matter if I flunked that or not. I can still read a little bit. You know, it's better than Floyd Mayweather. Actually, I can read a lot better than Floyd. He might knock your lights out, put your lights out, but dude can't read a lick. And if he hears this on the live, oh well, I guess he'll be at me too. But anyway, y'all ready to get started? If so, hit the thumbs ups. It's 36 folks watching right at the moment. Hit the thumbs up so I'll know that you in the land of the living and that you're ready to go. I'm not gonna go until I see the equal amount of thumbs ups for the same amount of people that's watching. Let's go, y'all. Let's hit it. C. Marie's in the house. Another moderator supreme. So watch what you said. Let's get those thumbs ups up real fast, and then I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna get going, y'all. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. Yes, sir, Bob. Bob, William, Doug, Tim, and Sally Joe. I'm waiting on y'all. Let's go. Show me what you're working with. I want to get started. Okay, so word from our sponsor. Major Gardner here with another exciting newsreel. Today in America, people woke up stupid. That's all over the world though, y'all. It's not just America. I just gotta throw that in. It's stupidity going on all over the world. It's not just, I'm gonna tell you this though, this is a free teaser. When you watch the news, I told y'all this before, when you watch the news, thumbs ups, come on y'all, let's go. when you watch the news, is there a funny noise on my screen? I see somebody saying something. If not, I'm gonna keep on going. But when you watch the news in another country, you're not gonna see any of the news that you've been seeing in your actual country. Over this way, they are vividly showing America as, of course, the instigator, the bully, the entity that's always sowing discord and showing a lot of negative activity all over the world, particularly in certain places like Pakistan and stuff. Y'all know that's over in Pakistan's in Asia, right? Yeah. So you got a lot of places that. Okay. Let me double back here. If y'all hearing a tapping noise, there's not much. Let's see if this fixes it. Let me know if that. Okay, good deal. Let me know if that fixes it. That might have fixed it right there. But before I get into this content, there's a lot of destabilization campaigns going on in different parts of the world, but you're not hearing about it because you're on the filtered end of the filter. You're on the end before the actual information could ever get to you. It's already been filtered down to them 5 big family-owned media outlet agencies that control all the inflow and outflow coming in and out, to the point you ain't gonna never hear it. You actually, to really see what's going on in the world, you'd have to go travel to another country, sit down and watch the news at the hotel, and you'd be like, say what? Wait a minute. How did that slip by? Yo, it's a lot slipping by you. But anyway, that's just a free. Didn't even charge for that. I still don't see the thumbs ups matching with how many folks are in here, but that's okay. We're gonna keep it moving. Charles Patterson. I see the 2 beep bleep things. Everybody's not hearing it. It could be your device, but anyway, I'm gonna get going. Let's get going, y'all. So check this out. Y'all, did y'all know that after the, let's see, the Industrial Revolution, let's start there. The Industrial Revolution that spurred all of this so-called economic growth in America started about 1793. That's when it got started, okay? They went from, I think it's called is it Argarian? Might be an agrarian economy, which I didn't even look it up, but it kind of sounds like a agricultural based economy, into what we have today, which actually leads us into all of the consumer goods, products, and the buildup of materials to make all of those products for the people's consumption. So I want you to just look at something, because what we're going to do is we're going to take this information from the past and we're going to apply it to today, so we can start driving down the highway and seeing possibly some moves on the chessboard that are coming or incoming, okay? So follow me a little bit. So we're going to line up what I'm talking about from the 1793 to the 1920s, the Roaring 20s, to the Great Depression, and then what happened a little bit after there, and then where we're looping back into, again, based on historical reference and historical, I don't even know what you want to call it, but redundancy. Let's say that. The way they do these things are redundant. It's a book, playbook, and they use the plays in the book on the right days and the right times, and there's symbols involved, and there's different rituals involved. So there's a whole bunch of stuff involved with all this stuff going on behind the scenes that you don't know is going on behind the scenes because you're not behind the scenes. But the only way to get behind the scenes, if you ain't got a VIP pass, is to go into his story and review some of his story notes and then find out and apply those notes to current day situations, you'll see where you're at on the map or in the book that they're playing the games with or from. Okay, so we're getting into we talked about the Industrial Revolution. We got now the manufacturing setup for products and services. See, y'all didn't know this, but King Leopold of Belgium was going in Africa in the Congo back around I think it was 1730s. I need to look that up. I'm gonna look it up, because I'm all techie today. But so he went into the Congo, right, to take over the Congo, and when he did that, let's see when that was. Congo, 1860. Oh wow. So 1865. That's recent. Congo. So King Leopold of Belgium went into the Congo around, let's see, he went in there, still looking for it, went in the 1800s. 1885 is when King Leopold went into the Congo with no notice, started killing African folks. Now, that's not the original name of the people, and I need to look that up too. But let's just use it because that's what everybody uses right now. And that's something you got to see, that the chess game is being played with too, is renamed events, peoples, and regions. They've renamed everything, so it throws you further off track. The war on the streets is going on in front of you every day, and you can't see it because you're looking for it based on movies that you've watched and programming that they've allocated for you to view, and you deem it as a part of your reality. That's why you don't know what kind of warfare is going on, because the pictures they showed with war, they showed you Rambo, they showed you War of the World, they showed you Black Hawk Down, all this stuff. That's how you think the war is coming. So you prep for that. It's totally opposite. So anyway, King Leopold, boom, went into the Congo, and this is getting into the Industrial Revolution information, okay? Went into the Congo in 1885. They started the Industrial Revolution stuff around 1793. So right when they started going into this different form of economy, United States of America, Inc., okay, that company started getting all the gears, buttons, levers, and stuff positioned for later, the now, which the now is going into a whole different now. Now, later, the old candy, get it? I'm doing metaphors. Anyway, those are old enough will get it. Those of you that are not won't. But anyway, so King Leopold's going into the Congo to colonize this area of the continent. Prior to that, him, France, Spain, all these other countries, Great Britain / aka America, the United States of Great Britain, all of these people, all these groups, they get together at their little round tables. They get together at their meetings, and then they divide up the spoils on paper. Okay, they do this all the time. They just did it recently. Actually, when Obama was in office, he went out there and signed AFRICOM. They doing it again, trying to chop it up again. So he was born in the Congo. That's what's up, Sky. So you'll know some of this stuff. So King Leopold, I'm just showing you how they work here. King Leopold, we're gonna get through this real fast. Went into the Congo, unannounced, started killing folk. He had the musket, had the firearms to go in there and utterly just decimate the peoples of the Congo. Just start shooting, kill, shoot to kill. Don't say nothing, just kill them. Get them out of here. All right, the ones that's left, we're gonna chop off their hands. Okay, we're gonna chop off their right hand. You can ask them which one you want, right hand, left hand. Right hand, bam, they chop your hand off, send you on your way. That's to send the fear message throughout the rest of Africa. King Leopold's on the ground, and I'm coming for you. I'm taking this turf. Okay, that's what they was doing. making examples of the natives. So he went into the Congo for this one only reason, and this reason only, for the rubber trees. He went in there to secure the materials, the raw materials that they are going to use in the buildup of the Industrial Revolution, manufacturing, automobiles, bicycle, everything you could think of that includes rubber in it. King Leopold already knew the plan with the other groups, NATO, that group right there, groups like that. They already got their little, buddies together, and that's what they do. They sit down and chop it up. Who's going to take this? Who's going to take that? So King Leopold goes in there and actually kills over 10 million Africans to secure that rubber industry. Okay, so Belgium chocolates is not or should not be what's on your list of to-dos or consumption stuff, because they still have the Festival of the Hands going on over there, which commemorates King Leopold chopping off the African hand. They got chocolate hands they sell for one of their holidays, okay? Festival of Hands, and that's to commemorate that. So people still celebrate that, just like some of y'all still celebrate all that Christmas stuff, okay? Same thing. That Christmas, Saint Nicholas, that's German. Nicholas, that's German last name. That's a whole different culture supplanted in. Come on, y'all. Y'all ain't with that yet? Y'all still buying them gifts? Okay, so anyway, they knew ahead of time that we're gonna make them cars. I'm telling y'all how far in. So the art of war, never disseminate to your enemy or to your slave, which is your enemy partner. Never disseminate your plans. Never let them know about your plans. Matter of fact, if you can, y'all teach them a different form of the language y'all use so they can't catch all your information when you're talking around them. The King's English, Peasant English, 3 different levels of English out there. Y'all know one, there's 2 other layers. So when you don't know this information, you can't disseminate other information. It's hidden from you, right in front of your face. So you have to see this critical pieces of what's going on now with back then. So watch the creation of this idea. This is what we're going to turn the country into. This is our plan, and this is how it's going to work. This is how we got to play the people to make them do what we want them to do and when we want them to do it, while they think they're doing something else for themselves. That's the best slave we can have. That's what you got right now, but the problem with that is headshot, boom. This is the end of that era. That one in their book is over now. That's why you got this reset stuff going on. It's not on by accident that this stuff happens. This is planning in advance, okay? You just need to know that. So, King Leopold, I'm just saying right now, that whole country, as beautiful as it is all built off of what they took from Africa, and still to this day. When you buy some Goodyear tires, it was a bad year for them people in the Congo. When you buy them Michelins with the happy guy and all the big, and people wasn't, for eternities on end, it's people's souls and spirits that got ravaged in an effort to get you to be able to go get some new rubber on your car, put some tires on your car. Think you styling and profiling, got their names on all your stuff, and they responsible for killing all those people. So it's more than just blood. You got blood rubber, I guess, blood tires, make up your own metaphors, acronym, whatever you want to do, but that's what it is. So, all right. So now, the Congo, the exploitation of that, the planning in advance to do it, the parallel, systematic approach, looking at what we're involved in now, you can see we're just dressed up a little bit better. You can see how they've been setting this up, and it's a guided mission they have. So let's step up into, we finished with King Leopold, right? Industrial Revolution, 1793, moving forward, 1800s. They getting all the raw materials together for what's coming around 1900. Okay, boom, 1900, supposed to be 1901 or something like that, 1903, first car. Actually was the Patterson Car Company was a black owned, and I'll say black just for the sake of semantics. I don't know, the Brown Car Company. Patterson Car Company made better quality cars than Ford. Just didn't have the production capabilities, but the quality was surpassed everybody's that was doing car stuff back then in the beginning. Surpassed all of them. So just want y'all let y'all know about that, since you weren't taught that in grade school, that one of the main car companies when cars started being manufactured was Patterson Car Company. His father used to sell carriages. They made horse carriages and buggies. When he saw that the new reset was coming, he begged his dad to reposition their little factory, retool it, be able to retool it, the factory, so that they could manufacture cars, design and manufacture cars. Look up the Patterson Car Company. That's something you probably didn't know about, and if you do, great. You're in there with me. So now we're in the 1900s. We're trying to get to the Roaring 20s, right? So when we get to this Roaring 20s thing, the cars are on the streets. Guess what's happening too with the economy? Because they switched it from an agricultural base, sliding it into a domestic consumption base. What we see today, or what we're seeing the end of today. So you go back just a little bit, 1900, what else was going on? So before they slid us into that type of lifestyle change, they had to get people to get into the cities. This is important. Headshot time. Boom. They was damming up rivers, lakes, streams, causing widespread water shortages. Sound familiar? They were damaging crop yields, bug infestations, all kind of pestilence. Sound familiar? Sound biblical, right? So y'all know the tribulation period and Armageddon and stuff done already happened several times, right? I know I'm gonna get in somebody's ear and they're gonna be like, oh, no, Major, you're tripping now. Don't start stepping on that religion stuff. I'm gonna step all up in there. I got my boots on. I know it gets deep. It's okay. I got a water hose too. I can wash my boots off at any time. It's all good. That whole thing of how should I say it? Let me just back up for a second. We'll get into that in just a minute. Let me just back up a little bit. Let me stay on task, okay? Let me stay on task, doggone it. So we're in the 1900s. Got the economy ramped up. All right. People are saying, yo, I can borrow money on a house now? Yo, before I had to work on the farm 50 years to save up enough to get another horse. Now somebody just gonna let me have a whole house and I just sign for it. I got to move in the city. Yeah. So they were migrating, repositioning populations from that agricultural lifestyle and usage to this new consumption-based platform. They were turning off water, diverting stuff. Crop yields were dropping, doing all kind of crazy stuff. Oh man, Mother Nature's having a heyday out there, is what was being reported. And then people were being pushed into, because I ain't got no work, ain't nobody buying my stuff that I don't have no more. My crops failed and blah, blah, blah. And now the water's dried up and I got to get up. I'm going to sell my property and get up out of here, right? That's what happened then. Everybody started moving into the cities. What's the plan for 2030? To get more people in the cities. Why? So that we can have more control. Why? So we have more power. That's it. So let me keep going. Let me get out. Let me back up. So as you get into the 1900s, and they got people moving into the cities. Now you got the boom time. You got the roaring 20s. I mean, people getting it. They cutting rugs. Y'all know what cutting a rug is, right? Okay, anyway. Yo, they in there in the club getting jiggy with it. You know, Capone got his people on the streets raking in the dough. Dude getting $20 million off the streets in a year. Big time gangster. Yo, things is just rolling. They got liquor. They got people buying clothes. People shopping now. Well, certain groups of people anyway. People doing things a little bit better than they used to. And it's like, wow, this is great. Until 1933. Around that collapse of the stock market. Around that bailout of the Federal Reserve. What you mean bailout? What they did a bailout for? Over leveraging. Look, I don't think y'all knew, or maybe you did, but money used to be silver and gold coinage. Period. The people's mindset back then was that that's the only money that exists. Y'all don't really realize that the stuff you think is money, the paper. What? I got some Vietnamese. Hold on. I ain't got no dollars on me in my pocket. But this paper stuff, Fiat, 200,000 right there. One note, 200,000. Okay. They started printing that stuff as their plan to infiltrate. That's the bankers' plan to infiltrate and get the republic. Get the republic. Oh yeah, it used to be a republic. Now it's a corporation. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation for Rumble probably. All right, my Rumble channel. So you go in here and look at the details, and y'all can double back and check historical records and dates and all this stuff. You know, y'all good at that. So anything I'm talking about, just go look it up. I might have something a little out of place, but it's going, you know, I'm hitting the nail on the head. It might be a little crooked when it go in, but it's going to stick. So they start manufacturing money. But the problem is people got too much gold and silver. The mindset, the programming is gold and silver. We don't trust nothing else. See, in other countries right now to this day, they don't trust the fiat. They always go buy gold and silver, predominantly 24K gold. They buy and transfer their paper into something of substance that they know will hold some value. So the people back then in the 20s were getting leveraged out of being able to use the gold and the silver. So the gold in particular, if bankers are greedy and they see a way to take from you something that they didn't have to really work for, that's what they do. I mean, that's just how it works. It's not even me saying they're the bad guy. That's just how they work. That's their system. Is the only reason why they do it. So think about all that gold on the street. The bankers was thinking about, yo, it's a lot of gold on them streets. How can we get it? How can we get this? Because we've been selling a lot of paper. We ain't got assets backing it. We ain't got, so how are we going to get out of this? The whole point of getting into it was theft. It was literally the biggest theft scam probably of all history, probably, of people, of a group of people in a country. So what they did was, and the reason why I'm saying this, because they could do it again. They could confiscate gold again. And the reason why that's important, you might say, well, I don't even own no gold. Well, you in double, triple trouble then, because now you have to take what they have to give you once the system goes down. So here's what's going on. And follow me with this because it lines up to today. We in that same time span. They might use something else to take, knowing that the people don't have gold. I'm just showing you how they play so you'll know. Okay, just follow me. So what they do, FDR becomes president in 1933. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Ain't nothing special about all that. FDR, another criminal. You know what I'm saying? Another criminal. Served 3 terms in office. How you do that? Who he knock off? Who he pay? 3 terms. So he didn't get out till he actually passed away. That's how he wasn't president no more. Just died. Got so old he died. But I'll talk about him, the New Deal, in just a minute, because they're going to do another New Deal. That's why I'm bringing up this stuff from the 1930s till walking you up from the 1700s, late 1700s till today. We're going to contrast what's up, what they plan people with. So Franklin Delano Roosevelt, 1933, that's right around the time the Great Depression hits. You're roaring 20s, everybody's having fun. They leveraged out. They over leveraged. People got mortgages. People got, if they had credit cards back then, credited out. You know, little stores, the meat store and the market, they used to give you credit. You walk in, they put your thing on the paper. Yeah, you can pay next week, yada, yada, yada. Credit, same things. Credit paper instead of credit cards. But people was all leveraged out, right? They was just digging. I got some money coming in from the stock market. This is great. Yada, yada, yada. Everybody was jumping in the stock market. People don't know nothing about it. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, whatever you want to call it. It could be worth this. It could be worth $1 million. It could be worth $0. Who knows? We don't know. So they was jumping in. Yo, this is great. They putting everything on the line for this because everybody's winning, supposedly. So next thing you know, all of this paper that people were investing into being issued by banks with nothing behind it, after you print so much stuff and you don't have nothing to give the returns with, only the top, it's a pyramid. The top take the cake. They take all of that. And then what's left for the bottom is all the debris falling from the crash. So this is what happened, which led up into the Great Depression. Now, to keep the banks in business, specifically the Federal Reserve, not even the banks, the Federal Reserve, okay, which is not a government entity, even though it has that federal name, it's a private-owned bank system, period, who's infiltrated a used-to-be republic to the point where they now control most of the suggestive power and control the money, for sure, the printing of the money, which used to only be that was the job of it just skipped right through the Treasury Department, United States Treasury. That was their job, not the Federal Reserve. But the Federal Reserve was like, the bankers was like, yo, JP Morgan and them, Chase, Manhattan, all them, you know, Rockefellers and them, like, yo, we got to get this. And we need to be the controllers of that. As long as I can control the money, I can control everything. That's what so they couldn't control the gold, the silver. So what they did was found a way to remove it from the people and take it. So what they did, they caused the Great Depression to be the Great Depression. And when they did that, because of the urgent state of the economy, the new president, 1933, FDR, went on live to talk to the people on radio or whatever, and said there was going to be a new process. We need to confiscate your gold. Yeah, we need to get the gold out of your hands into the federal government's hand so we can take care of this painful, because at that point, after the Depression started, they let it soak in for a minute. He didn't instantly come out and say that. They make it hurt first. They twist your back behind your arm till you say, uncle. Then they want you to give them the authorization to do the next thing to assist you, of course, right? So, because it hurts so bad and people are suffering, they're willing to do and take the New Deal. So a part of the New Deal was, we confiscating your gold. We didn't say it like that. We was like, yo, you know, since your country, we need to reclaim the gold that you have. Why? Because we need to reclaim it to fix this economy, the economic situation. people were reluctant to do it until he passed the law. What's the law called? The Gold Reserve Act? Gold Reserve Act. I think that's what it was. Yeah, the Gold Reserve Act of 1934. So they let it soak in for a year. And then 1934, boom, he required that any gold held by the public, private people, gold notes, silver notes, all that, but it started out with the gold, be turned into the federal government. Let that sink in for a minute. Made a law about it. It was illegal to own gold. It became just like liquor did during Prohibition, which was shortly after that. So they took people's gold, and then here's the switch, the bait and switch and bait. They took the gold, turned it in, and gave you that greenback that had nothing behind it now. Because the gold was the only thing that would be behind a gold certificate. When they first printed money back then, it used to say silver certificate on it. And so without the word silver certificate, if you had a $5 silver certificate, it said on the note, redeemable for the same amount of silver. So you could take that silver certificate, $20, whatever you had, and give it to the Federal Reserve, and they have to give you the same amount of silver metal back for that note. You look at your notes now, what it say? What it look like? This is for all debts, secure and unsecure. All debts. It ain't got no substance to it other than you owe something. You're paying with those notes. Somebody give you a bill. It's called a dollar bill. But you give somebody that owe you money a bill, and then they pay it. The only problem is you keep paying it with a bill. Back and forth. How redundantly stupid is this? I'm buying something with a bill. They told me how much it was and gave me a bill. Hey, pay this. Then I get them another bill, say, now you owe me. It's a debt instrument. It has no currency. It has no fluid to it. It has no liquidity to it without something being attached to it of actual value, mineralized value, or so on and so forth, asset-based value. So now we're in this situation where they done baited, switched everybody in the country. Think about it. These people was like me and you at the time. It was like, yo, so because y'all tripping off about this CBDC, the central bank digital currency stuff. Like, I ain't doing that. I ain't take. It was the same situation back then. They will do something to make it hurt, make you go under the water, be holding your breath, about to run out of air. And then when you surface, you're going to see a little orange thing you could grab and hold on and float on to. That's going to be the government throwing out the digital currency thing, saying, well, this only thing get you back afloat. So you better take it or drown. We don't care. Because during the Great Depression, they didn't care if people was jumping out windows, killing themselves. They didn't care about people starving, hungry, in the bread line all day. And interestingly, y'all need to really go back and look at some of them photos. And I'm just, I do funny stuff too. This is funny. It's actually funny. I don't smile when I say funny stuff. Sometimes I look serious. But when I look at a lot of the photos from the Great Depression, of the bread lines, I don't see no brown folk in line. Why is that? Maybe we was already so poor that we didn't need to get to the bread line. I guess we was at the cornbread line or I don't know, the soup with no substance line. I don't know, but I don't see no brown folk in the line. I guess it was a white only bread line and then a blacks on. Anyway, who knows? Who knows? This crazy country, well, I'm not there right now, so that crazy country. But y'all see where I'm going with this? They bait and switch. They did it before. Look at history. It'll show you right there in your face how we get, I'm not saying me, their words, how we get down. Like the mob would say, yo, it's nothing personal. It's just business, bada bing, bada bada, okay? That's how they get down. It ain't nothing personal. It's just business. strictly business. So if you keep going into this life with this personal outlook as far as trying to deal with business items, you're going to lose every time. You're not going to come out on the good end of the stick. You're going to always come out on the bottom. You ain't going to be able to say, started from the bottom, now I'm here. They got you so far at the bottom of the stick because you got an information air gap in your brain that needs to be filled with the correct information so you can disseminate this stuff, how it's playing out. And you need to stop watching that crazy media frenzy news stuff with all these, you be sitting around, look, when the next shooting gonna happen? Where this one gonna happen at? It's ironic, all these shootings keep happening all of a sudden again, right? It's not ironic, but I'm just saying, you gotta, the patterns are there. So they confiscate the gold before. Yeah, they can confiscate your guns. That's easy. There's information, I think, in the Declaration of Independence about personal effects and all of this and that and money and all kind of stuff. But they confiscated that gold because how they do it? Cause pain to encompass the people, and then the people bend. Expect that to be the case. It doesn't have to be your reality, but expect those conditions to play out around you. Now, how I look at this stuff, because I always have a solution for all that, because there's no reason talking about all this if we ain't got a fix. That's redundantly stupid to have channels that talk about the problem and never got a solution. But everybody's piled on the channel. Yep. Black people, black power. White people, white power. Asian people eating noodles. They don't care about no power. They just trying to get some noodles. Hispanic. Nah, we trying to get some work. Trying to work, man. It's about a farm in Mexico. Other people ain't even tripping off of this stuff. People groups. It's only a couple of people groups tripping off of this stuff. And the art of war is to always play both sides of both adversaries. Put them against each other and then play both of them against inside their own groups each other, and then against the other side inside their groups each other, and then the whole watching the inside, outside, around the sides groups at war while they eating their noodles and getting their horse farm down in Mexico. They want this going on constantly so that you can't never even have the time to go research any information to make any sense out of how you want to direct your life forward. What's the solution? Run, Forrest, run. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, you can run. I mean, you can run, but you can't hide. Ain't nowhere to hide. There's no reason to be hiding from anything. I'm gonna tell you, you better get control of your own narrative for life. And I'm going to say it till the wheels fall off, y'all. I'm going to say it till the wheels fall off. Get your control of your own suggestions, your own narrative. If you don't know what narratives are, go look it up in the dictionary. If you don't know what, your own lifestyle, break it down. Okay, your lifestyle. Oh, yeah, Major, we with you now. Your narrative dictates what amount of debris you ingest from the surroundings and all of these things that they're playing with around you. It doesn't mean that you're alleviated from the whole situation. It does, though, mean that you can have control over creating outcomes for yourself instead of sitting around waiting on them when you get off work. Turn on the boob tube or turn on the smart TV now, okay? Turn on the smart TV that's watching you back, reading your body rhythms and reading your biorhythms and reading all the you. Yo, they got stuff in them TVs, them tell the vision boxes, tell his vision or tell live vision, okay? They got cameras in there watching you, watching the flick. Yeah, you probably knew that, but you probably didn't know that. It's probably 50-50. You rushing out to get the smart TV, and we getting dumber by the day. rushing out to get the smartphone, getting stupid about a minute, rushing out to get the smart iPad, the smart watch, done went full retard now. Okay? It's too much. Too many passwords to remember, too many passcodes, logins, blah, blah. Yo, man, it's just crazy. Okay? Need to stop it. Need to take a chill pill. I'm the only guy you need to listen to. I'm just joking. There's plenty of other people to listen to. But trust this. Listen to the people whose channels are getting affected and don't have as many views, because there's more substance there to listen to than the channels that got millions of views or 500,000 or 600,000 views. The reason why they keep doing that is because they keep baiting you in with leaving you on the cliffhanger without a solution. I'm talking solution stuff. Problem, solution. Cause, problem, solution. We got this. We can take this. So that's what the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway of this conversation is, just showing you that the historical, they'll have a historical timeline that's going to replay itself every time. It's going to keep happening. There's no savior coming to rescue you. Stop waiting on that. Yeah, I said no savior, meaning no group's personality, human bodily form, or whatever you thinking is not going to come save you from nothing. You're supposed to be here, experience as the group of the God, the whole universe of people. All of those minds together makes consciousness what it is, or unconsciousness what it is. Right now, with the programming campaigns all over the world, unconsciousness is winning. So it's going to take more than just calling on a God. So just real quick, historical lesson. I want y'all to look this up, because I'm not fussing. You do your thing. Okay, if your thing is this or that, I always tell y'all a thing. But when you get on my channel, you're going to end up listening to what I say, because you're listening to what I say. Some of the hold back power is in your religion. I don't care which one you have or use or utilize. There's a predominant one for America. There's a predominant one for Asia. There's a predominant one in Africa. You got spirituality versus religion. I'm going to make up my own word, religionality. Okay, because now it's a reality, religionality. That exists as a real thing. It's a real power. I'm trying to tell you, you're sourcing in names and themes that you know not of. Stevie Wonder says superstition leads the way. When you believe in things that you don't understand, it spells trouble. Superstition leads the way, baby. That's what the dude talking about. Earth, Wind, and Fire and them was talking about comedic sciences and stuff. Look on their album covers. All that pyramids and stuff. Y'all, oh, that's evil. Those are the bad people. Of course they are. Because the Greeks and everybody else that sacked Kemet and turned it into Egypt, those people, the Arabs, those people, yeah, of course, those are now the bad guys. Okay? When history gets rewritten by the victor, they're not going to say anything proper about who they just demolished. They're going to steal everything, rename everything, even to the point where Arabs don't believe they in Africa, in the Sudan. How's that pop? Pakistan. I'm Pakistani. Ain't that in Asia? Y'all Asiatic? Or did y'all's ancestors take over that from somebody? So if you don't get to the bottom of none of this, you always gonna be subsurface surfing. You ain't gonna even be under the surface a little bit to see the great white shark about to bite your leg off. You ain't gonna never see it coming. You're gonna get blindsided every time. So then again, headshot, boom. Write your own narrative. Headshot, boom. Start dictating, suggesting to yourself what you want, not based off of how you've been programmed to want things. Based on you spending some time deprogramming what they done drove into your psyche. You think that the mark in the forehead got something to do with an actual mark, like a chip, that's an after effect. That's an aftermarket upgrade. The real chip insertion is the information being programmed into the massive computer you have up here. That's the real chip. That's the real implant. Don't you get it? People still waiting around. Oh, it's going to be a chip. Put it in the back of your hand, in the middle of your forehead, kind of mumbo jumbo. They don't need to do that. You wearing all of the tech anyway. You wearing your phone. You got your watch on with the, it's reading your body biorhythms and everything. Everything can, smart house, walk in the house. Hello, house. Hey, what's up? You know what? Why don't they have voices, Afrocentric voice? And I know that's a bad name now, Afrocentric. If you talk about Africa or black people, you are Afrocentric. You BLM now. All these labels. They got label companies out here labeling different people groups different things and then broadcasting it repetitiously so that in the public, you one of them people? You a Trumper? You a this one? You a Democrat? You a that one or that? Divide and conquer. They ain't even got to do no more. We doing it for them, right? Why? Because you ain't got your own narrative playing. Too busy on their narrative. So yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying. They can confiscate your gold. Again, they can get you buy it all up, use up all the paper. You ain't got no paper. Now you got some gold. Oop, new law. They can't steal back necessarily their money because it's worthless anyway. Why would they want to steal the dollars back? Confiscate the dollars? No, they just make something happen where they can get something else of value. And if they can't get your gold because you don't have any, you're not a nation that holds gold anymore, they'll take your land that you assumed possession of but don't legally own, of course, because your deed instrument just deeded usage of that location to you. It does not give you true title to that property. You pay your house off in America, you don't even have a piece of paper that says it's really yours. You just have a deed, which look up how the definition of the deed works. Okay? A deed doesn't mean title. You have a deed of title. Somebody else holding your real title certificate. And if you don't know how to get it, you don't even own what you think you paid for with they fake money that don't have nothing behind it anyway. So technically, they can come take it anyway because you owe it as a debt. The reason why I'm saying is stop worrying about all this stuff so much. Okay? You can't own nothing no more. They done took that piece away with all this constant bombardment of humanity, making you busy doing the life they want you to do without your own narrative being involved, keeping you running the rat race, keeping you chasing the dollar. Almighty dollar. Y'all remember the OJs singing that? Come on. Almighty dollar. People will kill their own brother. Remember that? If you ain't old enough, you don't know. But if you is, you know. Anyway, y'all didn't know I can blow like that, did you? I was getting into it. I ain't gonna do it again though. I might break my phone screen. No, we ain't gonna do that right now. Need the phone to work. So anyway, that's what's going on. Your own narrative have to be intact. Your own way of how I want to live life has to be intact. If it's not, their way of life is already thrust upon you, and now you can't even subscribe to Thrive to my channel because your brain don't even take on the information correctly. It's being filtered through the programming that you yo, went over your head, didn't it? All right, well, don't duck this time. Let it hit you in the face, okay? Even the programming. Now, I'm going to tell you about the land patent. I just saw that down there. Robin, you're right. But I'm going to tell you something. So the reason why you got to be so focused on your own narrative, I didn't say religious narrative. I didn't say, you need to take a moment with the religion stuff. Take a pause. Breathe in, hold it for 4 seconds, blow it out for 7 seconds. Do this 3 or 4 times, a day, and you'll lower your blood pressure. Okay, breathe in, take a pause, and open your mind to what's really going on out there. Don't take any suggestions from any. This is just a suggestion. I'm telling you, don't take suggestions, and then I'm giving you a suggestion. How about I say a recommendation? Okay? I'm not going to suggest anything to you. I'm going to recommend you check this out. How about that? But yeah, don't let me forget. Somebody, don't let that point, the land patent, Robin. Make sure I come back to that. You know, I'm on my thing right now, and I'll be done when all around the world came back and went back the other way. Don't even know where I started, but I'll know where I end, okay? So, make sure that you get a break in. Now, here's why. With religion, this is I had to keep bringing it up because it's such a grab and a drag on a lot of folk, okay? My epiphany came a while back, so I kind of snapped out of some things. Still working on it though. But the biggest thing, if you took on the position of believing something, belief, the definition of belief, and I'm not saying it verbatim, but it's so along these lines. Belief is assuming the suggestion of others and then doing that suggestion as a way that you now want to do life based on their suggestions to you about it. A lot of people say, what's wrong with that? Because you never did suggest to yourself that information. So seek and ye shall find. You're supposed to go looking for, through this experience, we're supposed to be out here touching, feeling, experiencing this whole level as much as we can while we are here in this third dimensional body. Your real dimensional expertise is probably much higher up. Unfortunately, they figured out how to trap a lot of us here so that you can't jockey back and forth between dimensions, but they can. They had the information. So go check out Billy Carson's book, The Emerald Tablets. Go check that out. But in order to do that, your religiosities have to be moved out of the way for a hot second so that you can intake the new information. Y'all know them pyramids in Mexico, okay? Mexico, you've been lied to about that, who built those. They didn't really tell you. Aztec and Incas, that's it. But then you got all them Olmec giant heads there, all these African faces. They about 14 foot tall, carved out of a single rock. How did they get it there? We don't know. But that's what's in Mexico. Those pyramids in Mexico are the same calculated they just look a little different, but all of the shapes and longitude and latitude, as far as what meridian lines they sit on and all this stuff, is the same as over in Kemet, that's now called Egypt. All the same design. Go look up the word thought. T-H-O-T. His name was Thought. That's probably where the English word thought came from, your thoughts. There's an actual entity was named Thought. Go look that up, the Emerald Tablets. But see, if you got a lot of religion in you with one certain book, it could be this, the Quran, it could be the Bible, it could be the Talmud, it could be all these different books. Whatever you got going, that's going to interfere with you going to look at other information, actually where the information you've been believing in was originated from, like the Sumerian tablets, the Sumerians. If you go back and research that, you'll see 5,000 years ago, a lot of things were said and carved on stones. And then from those stones and those drawings and those artifacts and blah, 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 other religious books were created and pieced together. Okay? So that's just out there to be witnessed. That's out there to be experienced. In order to get your narrative going, you got to go break through some other stuff first that you're in bondage with. Now, this talk ended up going somewhere else, but it's leading to the same point I was making earlier. You got to have a solution. So I know I started off with Industrial Revolution, gold confiscation. So, and I probably had more to talk about with the gold confiscation piece. Let me finish that up real quick. Let me add this one piece because I just remembered. We'll get back to where some of this stuff originated. But, matter of fact, I'm going to save some of that for Rumble once I get my butt in gear and start getting more videos popular. But that gold confiscation thing, this is what I wanted to tell y'all. It was a small detail I missed, but it's very important. So they enacted it in 1934. FDR did, okay? It's told the people it would only be for a limited time, that we got to take your gold back. Take this and we'll pay you back later. Here's some bonds. Here's some stuff. We'll give you your gold back later. They never did, of course. They didn't get that law off the books. That law lasted till 1974. 1934 to 1974. Gold confiscation. The government could do it anytime they needed to, but they didn't need to no more because they took all the gold off the street. Just like that. Probably took a couple of years. Boom, all the gold out of the hand. The power got removed from the people, placed with the banks, the bankers. That's why they trillions of dollars richer and you're trillions of dollars in debt. That's how that happens. Hope I made that point clear. Let me get back to the land patent thing, because Robin was like, get a land patent. Yo, here's the problem. You can do that. The problem is you will still owe property tax. In your corporate structure you call a county, you will still owe property tax. So they still have a way to remove your property, even though you filed, because here's what it boils down to, Robin. When you purchase that property with the debt instrument, that's a wrap. Everything else is an illusion now. It's already an illusion, but even if you didn't know that life is an illusion and it's here for just a vapor, okay, just a hot second, the land patent, the getting your status changed, all this just illusionary tactics to keep people busy trying to get out of something that you can't get out of because it's too far reaching now. The time to have done this was to not accept it, but we weren't here when that happened, so we're stuck with this for our experience. But writing your own narrative does actually fix a lot of these issues. You don't own anything on this planet. You know, the wealthiest people in the world don't own anything on paper. That's the secret. It's not own everything. It's have access to everything but own nothing. Travel lightly. They say tread lightly, young man. Travel through this spot as light as you can. If you're a young person listening to me right now, you know, young, I'm 52, so that's young. So if you out there, don't rack up credit card debt. Don't rack up trying to stack a bunch of money up and do this and do that. Go out and experience the planet. That would be my best recommendation, is to experience the wealth of seeing, hearing, smelling the fresh ocean air or whatever, see the palm trees swaying, different kinds of birds flying, different kinds of people speaking different things. Like, what? I didn't know that you could talk through your ear over here. I was joking, but you know, you wouldn't know. The whole country, they speak with their ear instead of their mouth. I listen with my mouth. If y'all knew that was going on, you'd be like, I gotta go see that. Well, you ain't gonna never know unless you go check some stuff out. But anyway, that's the best suggestion I could give you. If I could done something over, I would have attempted to live with a backpack owning all of my possessions in the whole world. A backpack. That kind of light travel through this woo-wee. how much you don't have to worry about, how much you don't have to pay attention to. I didn't mean, I flipped the bird, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. You make me mad, that's what happens. Mr. T don't play that. I pity the fool. All right, so that kind of Lincoln Osiris on Tropic Thunder, I think he stole that voice from Mr. T. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, don't never go full retard. Yeah, I pity the fool. That's the same voice. Zachalak. They be taking people's ideas and then playing a black. Come on. All right, anyway. If I could have done it different, travel with a backpack, and that's all the possessions I got to worry about in my backpack, I got 2 pair of clothes. When I take off the one, it gets washed while I'm wearing the other. It's drying. That's all I got. I don't even have to think of. You ever got so many clothes in your closet and you sitting around for like 12, 13 minutes trying to figure out what you're going to wear? You try on some things. That don't look good. Don't look good in this. Let me get this off. Throw this other thing. I don't know. I don't like that belt. Let me get my other belt. Ooh wee. Them shoes ain't working with these pants. Billionaire folk, genius people, get rid of all that. They might have the same redundant color jeans in their closet, just 10 pair. 10 pair of the same shirts. Like, why you wear that every day? I thought you got some money. He don't want to spend all his time worrying about what he gonna wear that day when he can make another $1 billion with his thoughts. That's why. So there again, write your own narrative so you can have those type of wealth thoughts. Wealth ain't just money, ain't fake money or gold. And wealth is access to information, the ability to disseminate it, and then also the ability to visualize it so it shows up in your environment as something tangible you can use while you're here as a tool. That's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work. But anyway, let me say this, and then I'm gonna finish. We at 1 hour and 7 seconds. I want to go and throw a shout out to everybody. Yo, that's dope with y'all putting information about breathing on there. Because that's what was that? Lemaine? Yo, the breathing game, that right there can change your life. That right there can actually do a lot of health fixes for your body. So you need to know. Y'all, excuse me, I gotta break out this old school phone. Hang on 1 second. Yes, honey. I'm live still. Yeah. I'm doing the live. Now I'm talking to them while I'm talking to you. So now we all live. We're all the way live. Okay, send me the address. I'll be off here in 5 minutes. Okay, all right, bye. When you on Major's channel, no telling what's gonna happen. I had to go get me an old school Vietnamese phone. You ain't never seen, look. You ain't got no phone with no real flashlight, but I do. Got them big old numbers so I can see it real good too. This phone cost me about $7 a month, unlimited. And this phone cost me about $30 to buy over here. So anyway, that breathing thing, y'all make sure y'all listen to this and use it because it can it actually lowers your blood pressure when you do it correctly. When you breathe, that's cardiovascular working out. You're working out your cardio. And then also you're going to enhance your critical thinking capabilities because you're going to supply more more oxygen to your brain. They got it so polluted out there, you might only be breathing about 70% oxygen. It's depleted. So, got too many contaminants in the air. It's a lot of heavy metals and all kind of stuff in the air. You're only breathing about, that stuff takes up mass over time, okay? So it depletes, and then when you cut down more rainforests, it's depleting oxygen all over the world. So if you're not deep breathing, I try to do that throughout my whole day. I'm gonna take my palm here, cuff your hand right there, find the middle of your palm, take your thumb, press in, breathe in, hold it 4 seconds, blow it out for 7, let go and release that palm. Yo, you do that during the day, both hands, you'll start fixing digestive problems. You'll start lowering your blood pressure, because it just happens when you do breathing exercises. A whole bunch of stuff. After you maintain constant use of that activity, your body starts to be on a different rhythm, and then your blood pressure can start targeting in a lot lower, because it's always under this repetition of lowering the blood pressure. But anyway, I just want to get y'all that information. I got a meeting to run to. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I had a great time with you guys. Let me see. There are so many questions on here. I tell you what, listen, y'all. If you have a question for me that's on here right now, seriously, post it in the comments after this live stops. Don't forget to get the link and do my sign up or join my Rumble channel. And then I'll get back with you guys. I got to run down the road here. We're breaking new ground everywhere with a lot of different things going on in this region. Keep that narrative. Look, get a narrative. Put it in play. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different about your narrative. And keep visualizing that narrative. And sorry, I got these old ashy hands. Ain't no lotion in this hotel. I don't know, it's 5-star hotel. Ain't got no lotion. Ooh-wee. It ain't America. You know, it's a lot of things that don't happen in the other countries that you used to in America. So, you know, you just got to deal with it. But anyway, appreciate y'all. Drop some stuff on the, when this thing completes. Drop some comments. Hit the likes. Hit the subscribe. Do all that stuff. Y'all know what to do. About to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all's info y'all placing on here. Keep that moving and grooving. And to the next one, this is Major signing off for another kind of cool video. Thanks, Miss E, for narrating. Y'all thank Miss E real quick. I'm going to let y'all do that real quick. Shout out to Miss E. Oh, and C. Marie, too. Shout out to C. Marie. Boom. Somebody shout out C. Marie, Miss E. And boom. Then I'm gonna cut the feed right now. Hurry up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Boy, y'all, are y'all fingers illiterate or something? What's wrong with y'all? Somebody hit the thing. Just say, shout out, Miss. Bam, roots to God, and appreciate you. I can officially roll out now. Roll out. Roll out. Me and my homies. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. This is Major signing off for another kind of cool knocking your socks off your feet video. Peace.